Kazakhstan residents often take out loans to purchase a new car. In this case, in accordance with the legislation, such a car is subject to mandatory vehicle insurance, and car owners usually face their first problems in this regard. The first problem occurs when people come to a commercial bank. Consultants advise them not to insure the full cost, but only that of a loan. In this case, if a person gets into an accident and his car damage cost 100 tenge, this person receives only 80 tenge from his insurance policy. The amount of car insurance premiums has already exceeded 14 billion tenge, which is the 40% growth, demonstrating the actual potential of this profitable market. However, the development of comprehensive cover is prevented by not only unfavorable conditions of motor insurance offered by the subsidiaries of commercial banks. Insurers say that service stations usually overestimate the cost of repairs by several times. At present, every service station uses an assessment system that nobody understands. For example, they can spray a bonnet for 12 hours and for 48 hours. Some stations include the price of paint into the bill, and others don't. First of all, there is a lack of transparency in their bills, and then there are a number of associated works which are included into the final bill. We would like a client to address a service station which can assess the actual damage and coordinate these assessments with the insurance company, which pays for the repairs. This service station provides repair services, and the client gets his car after everything is done. It would be an ideal working scheme. This issue also topped the agenda of a roundtable discussion, where insurers and representatives of service stations tried to tackle the issue of trust. Organizers of the event noted that although almost all large service stations received invitations to attend the meeting, only 2 of them declared their readiness to talk. The market, I mean the civilized market of insurance with dealer centers, is currently reaching the active stage of negotiations. We are ready to discuss mutually beneficial cooperations with insurance companies. If an insurance company makes it clear that there are a number of cars we need to repair, we are ready to revise our tariffs. Representatives of service stations are convinced that Kazakhstan insurers got accustomed to work in non-transparent conditions. Last year there were a few addresses from insurance companies towards service stations, and there were a few reasons for doing that. The first reason is the actual pricing policy. Insurance companies want to pay less. They address unofficial dealers who do not use the notion normal hours and charge for a particular spare part. There are about 10 official service stations, and others are the representatives of the so-called grey market. They usually use spare parts of low quality and usually do not have the necessary equipment. For example, we are working with the German equipment, which is quite expensive and adds up about 30% of the repairs cost. Representatives of the grey market usually use cheap spare parts made in China. At the roundtable discussion, its participants suggested developing a price list together, since it was the common interest for the interested parties. It is very important for us to develop obligatory and voluntary insurance. We believe that voluntary insurance is a tool of the future. We understand the importance of the post-sales service, and it is very important for us to settle the issue of losses as quickly as possible. We are trying to achieve an appropriate result. Repairing cars at service stations is one of the mechanisms of customer satisfaction, and we would like to attract service stations to cooperation. Insurance companies work in modern conditions. I believe that their main problem is the fact that they are making payments directly to clients instead of paying to service stations. It is just the beginning of the dialogue between insurers and service stations, and this conversation is expected to last for a long time.